I'm hoping to build some more points soon, so I thought I'd tweak these a little first and maybe improve them before I make some more. They are a little clunky because they're single blade points, sometimes called kick switches. It's pretty smooth actually.
It's really quite
Unfortunately, it's quite good.
Do you need to do that?
I think we need to do better for the locomotive. Instead of the normal two curved blades that move between positions like this, on my points there's just the one. And if there's just one blade, it has to be straight because it's used on both sides. And if it's straight, it means the rails running parallel to it have to be straight too. So there's a kink in the line at the beginning and at the end of the points. Two kinks instead of a smooth curve. Clunky points don't matter at all for my hand-pushed wagons, but if I ever make a loco for this railway, the smoother the points the better. I could make these points smoother by changing to the two-blade design, but that would be a lot of work, and I do like the simplicity of these single-blade ones, so I'm going to alter them instead and make them work smoother, if I can. The plan is simply to reduce the angles where the rail lines intersect, starting with the V-piece at the top. Right, so this angle here, we want to halve that, please. Will helped out for a while too. I try to save the most interesting jobs for when he's around. Groovy. Is that much less than it was?
About half the angle now, yeah. Give or take a millimetre or so.
Lovely. I also wanted to move the bottom of the points over a little too. That spreads the change of angle between the two lines. Does that make sense? I'm increasing the bend in the right hand rail so I can reduce it on the left hand rail. So neither side will have too much of a bend. That was the plan, but that meant everything had to be moved sideways a little. Oh no, we've broken it.
It's disassembled itself.
It goes where now?
That was joining up to this one, wasn't it? Are you sure?
This?
That was the...
This is the outer one, isn't it? But this one's staying in here. And lots of the pieces needed adjusting, cutting and bending and then unbending. I'll measure it. So 10.5, we're going to bring it down to 5 or so. Hey?
Okay.
Get down your end if you can. Lovely. I don't know. Enough?
It's yeah, going pretty flat now.
Okay, but it's going to spring back. Springy. Not quite enough. 6 and a bit. That'll do. And the blade had to be shortened a little.
Okay, put your safety goggles on.
Do we have any dog-sized ones? Oh, dog's finishing your coffee.
Oh, very good. Very good dogs.
Not really helping, are they?
Not very helpful at all.
Oh, go on, dog. Go on. Shoot. Go on.
You're worse than that little donkey.
No, nothing's worse than the donkey. And of course we had to make sure that the rails stayed around 15 inches apart at all times. And that meant repositioning some of the support pipes, which meant more holes in the rails and in the sleepers. And it all took a long time, and all I got was a slightly smoother wagon ride. But it was worth it because I'm learning a lot for future developments on the railway, and those future developments include some ambitious intersections. It did my head in just trying to work out what I'm going to need, let alone how I'm going to build them. But I'll go into these more when we get closer to building them. I wonder if these points are smooth enough now for a small locomotive to run on them. What do you think? If I had a tenner for everyone who's told me I need an engine for this railway, then I'd probably have enough money to build an engine for this railway. But I don't. Suffice to say, I'd like an engine just as much as you'd like me to have an engine, but they're complicated and expensive to build, so don't hold your breath. But I can build more wagons anyway, can't I, in the meantime? And that's what I'm going to do next.